Hajime Isayama's magnum opus, Attack on Titan, has come to an end after 10 intense years. Undoubtedly, the manga and anime made a big impact on the world. The story made people think about human nature, how history repeats itself, and the hard choices people have to make. It all started in a coffee shop and ended with a bang. The last moments of Attack on Titan give closure to the characters and the world they live in. It makes you think about how people are, the results of the choices they make, and how everyone grows. The last episode, The Final Chapters Special 2, came out on November 5th. It showed the end of Eren Yeager's plan to wipe out a lot of people and the fate of humanity. The action is non-stop with sacrifices, alliances, and a race against time. It's the exciting climax to a story that took 10 years to tell. The anime version, with its 85-minute final episode, captures Isayama's vision well. You can feel the weight of Eren's fate, the freedom of Ymir, and the Titans turning to dust. After the credits, there's a scene with a tree that makes you think about the cycle of human history, violence, life, and death happening over and over. Isayama talked about the ending in an interview with the New York Times. He chose not to give a simple, happy ending. He wanted to show that real conflicts don't always have neat solutions. Attack on Titan asks its audience to face the tough parts of human nature, the results of choices, and the constant struggle to understand. People have different feelings about the ending. Some aren't happy, especially with how Eren's character is handled. But the story deliberately goes against the usual hero story, breaks down the main character's journey, and deals with darker topics. It challenges viewers to rethink what heroism is, how people grow, and how change is inevitable. In the big picture of Attack on Titan, Eren's journey from a determined hero to a complex, imperfect person reflects the complexity of real life. Even though the story has fantasy elements, it's like a mirror showing the details of our own world. The ending, with its strong emotions and deep themes, makes Attack on Titan a masterpiece that goes beyond its genre. Also, Mikasa went through a lot in the series. She was always loyal and strong, but things got tough when Eren started having extreme ideas. As a big disaster approached, Eren's actions made Mikasa face their shared past and the sad reality of what he was doing. She had to make a hard choice to stop more violence and revenge caused by Eren's plan. Mikasa's final decision showed how she was willing to protect others, even if it meant sacrificing her own happiness and the person she cared about the most. This moment showed how much she had changed and connected with the main message of Attack on Titan, that we sometimes have to make painful sacrifices to break free from hatred. Mikasa's goodbye kiss was a strong and sad image that captured what Attack on Titan was all about, understanding human struggles, the cost of freedom, and the never-ending quest for a better world. The end of Attack on Titan shows that getting freedom comes with hard choices, and it affects people like Mikasa. The series reminds us that to make a better future, we might have to give up things from the past, even if they were once friends. Eren's fate and Mikasa's role in it show how the series is serious about showing the tough parts of war, ideas, and the human spirit. In the Battle of Heaven and Earth, Armin, Mikasa, Levi, Reiner, Jean, and Connie find themselves on Eren's Titan form. The rumbling is pushing humanity to the edge of extinction. To stop this catastrophe, the Global Alliance faces many challenges and learns about the Path's dimension, which connects all Titans and subjects of Ymir. Armin talks to Zeke, who is feeling very sad in the Path's dimension. This part of the story shows deep emotions. Armin asks for help, and Zeke remembers the simple joys of life. With the support of spirits of dead Titans, the Alliance tries hard to stop Eren. There are intense fights, sacrifices, and surprising turns in the story. The important moment comes when Mikasa, Levi, and other Titan shifters confront Eren. They discover a glowing parasite, the source of all living matter. Armin and Eren's battle is not just between them, but also against a mysterious force causing destruction repeatedly. Mikasa, facing a difficult task, has to end Eren's life to save everyone. This moment is heavy with emotions, exploring the deep connections between characters. Mikasa realizes that Eren's true head is inside of his Titan's mouth, leading to a final act of sacrifice. In the next chapters, especially toward the tree on that hill, we learn about Eren's true intentions. In the Path's dimension, he explains to his friends why the rumbling was necessary, aiming to free Ymir from her tragic love for King Fritz. The story explores love, sacrifice, and the fight for freedom through parallels between Mikasa and Ymir. Eren's character becomes more complex, with moments of hatred towards Mikasa and a plan involving manipulating her emotions. His confession of love, fear of death, and Armin's compassionate response reveal the many sides of their relationships. In the end, the story goes beyond conflicts, weaving a tapestry of emotions and destinies. After the rumbling ends, humanity faces the consequences. Historia tells about a world marked by war scars and challenges of living together. Eldia and the Jaegerists bring a fragile peace, but the world still struggles with distrust. Armin's hope of sharing their story for understanding clashes with the harsh reality of a world filled with suspicion. Chapter 139 of the manga is really important in this case. The anime version made some changes to the ending of the original manga based on feedback. In the anime, there's a longer and better conversation between Armin and Eren in a blood-filled sea. It gives a new perspective on their relationship, with Armin showing more shock and anger. They talk more about Ymir and Mikasa, making the relationship more complicated. The anime also adds more scenes with Historia's letter and the Alliance members talking on a boat. The part where Reiner smells the letter, which was the end of the series before, is changed. These changes make the story more connected and satisfying. There were some extra changes in the manga showing Parody getting bombed in the future. The anime changed these pages, putting them later in time and making them smaller during the end credits. This change not only deals with criticism, but also shows a smart way of telling the story visually. However, the anime is not just better in the story. The animation, music, and pacing also make it a better overall experience. Even though we expect these things in an adaptation, the anime does them so well that it's better than the manga in this case. One thing to remember is that Chapter 139 made many fans unhappy. In the sad moments when the rumbling ended, some old Survey Corps members said goodbye. However, people didn't like that important characters like Marco and Ymir were not included. Ymir's reasons, based on a mysterious love for King Fritz, seemed strange. People didn't understand her role in stopping the Titans' powers. In the second to last chapter, Eldians turned into pure Titans in a tragic twist, but Eren quickly changed that, going against the series' usual dark tone. Eren's big plan to save Eldia by causing the rumbling and killing 80% of life didn't work well. Instead of making other nations less hostile, it made them dislike Eldia even more. Eren giving the future responsibility to Armin, showing trust, was risky. Armin had a tough job negotiating peace after Eren's destructive actions, and it led to an unsatisfying ending. Strangely, Eren and other mass murderers were forgiven quickly, while characters like Annie and Reiner, who tried to make up for their mistakes, weren't treated the same way. Fans were disappointed to find out that Eren's evil actions were actually for a good reason. This went against what people initially liked about the story. Eren's simple idea of freedom, despite causing a lot of harm, didn't match the heroic image of Eldia's savior. The manga's hidden messages about war and turning Eldia into a fascist state contradicted earlier ideas of breaking down these political ideologies. The last chapter made it seem like these struggles were a prophecy that couldn't be avoided, leaving fans disappointed with an ending that didn't meet their expectations. Eren's fate fits with the theme of Chapter 139, which is all about death and rebirth. Even though he died, Eren couldn't achieve the freedom he wanted for himself and his people. This connects with Japanese cultural symbols related to the chapter number, showing the main theme of the series. However, the anime does a pretty good job, and people are still not over the emotional blow that the end of Attack on Titan gave us. Attack on Titan is special because it's not just about cool action and awesome CGI. It tells a really interesting story with characters who change a lot. Eren grows from wanting freedom to having a big impact on all of humanity. Other characters like Armin and Mikasa also add a lot to the story, making it full of relationships and problems that keep you interested. What makes Attack on Titan different is how much it cares about telling a good story and building the whole world. As the show goes on, you see that every surprise, every character change, and even small characters' fate is connected to the big story. Hajime Isayama pays a lot of attention to detail, making the story go beyond what you usually see in anime. The end of Attack on Titan shows how dedicated Isayama is to his work. The final part is really powerful, bringing together the past, present, and future in a big ending that you won't forget. Even characters you didn't think were important end up having a reason for being there, showing how carefully the story was planned. Isayama explores the past, present, and future, mixing in ideas about fate and redemption. This makes Attack on Titan different from other anime. It makes you think about what it means to be human and whether characters who really did bad things can change and be forgiven. If you like stories with lots of twists and great writing, Attack on Titan is a must-watch. It goes beyond what you expect from this type of show, giving you a unique and emotional experience. The interesting characters, big problems, and awesome fights in the first 2 seasons lead to an amazing ending. As Attack on Titan finishes, people wonder if another anime will come close to what it achieved. The deep story, complicated characters, and emotional impact of the series set a high standard that might be hard for future anime to beat. Attack on Titan will be remembered as a masterpiece for a long time, making a big impression on the genre and the people who watch it.